Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, today we are checking out the 2023 Toyota Tundra. This one is the SR5 trim with the TRD off-road package. And this army green color, man, I love it. I'm actually surprised Toyota had this as an option for this Tundra because this started on the previous generation of Toyota trucks with the 4Runner, Sequoia, Tundra, and the Tacomas. And even the FJ Cruiser, I forgot about that one. They had that color and I loved it, especially with the white roof. This one is the regular twin turbo V6. This is the non-hybrid version. I actually really like the body lines of the new 3rd gen Tundra, especially the tailgates, super boxy. You have these really cool indentations right here. It kind of makes it look very sharp and angular, especially when it comes to the rear fender. I like the indentations as well as the front fenders. Overall, the styling, I would give it a solid B+. Now, I will say the front end styling, I have mixed feelings about. With each trim, you get different designs for the front end in terms of the grills, but I like the TRD Pro's front end better than this SR5 TRD off-road. Unfortunately, you get this chrome strip. I am not a fan of chrome on any vehicle. That's just my preference. Everything has to be blacked out, okay? I'm blacked out, matte black everything, like Marquez Brownlee likes to say. And on the new 3rd gen, you have the brand new TNGA platform. Basically, you get a fully boxed frame on this truck compared to the outgoing 2nd generation Tundras that got a steel C-channel frame, which made it more flexible. Heading to the back now, you get a side step that comes down right there. You get LED bulbs, turn signals, and you get Tundra stamped in. This one has the black letter inserts, which I do like a lot. You have a button right here. This is not power assisted, which I prefer. I prefer a regular tailgate. I don't want to have to wait 5 years for the tailgate to close by itself. Let me just do it the old-fashioned way. It's just my preference. However, I will say this tailgate feels a lot more solid compared to my 2nd gen Tundra, and the closing sounds a lot more solid, so to speak. But this is the 5.5 foot bed. There are no outlets back here. You can get an outlet, but not in this particular truck. This is the composite material, just like a plastic bed liner essentially. I prefer a traditional bed liner over the composite material. This one does have a tonneau cover, which is the Backflip. I think Backflip is a pretty good brand. Now heading into the back seat, door opens up pretty much 90 degrees. You have some absolutely crazy stadium seating in here. You can actually look over the driver. That's crazy. On the door, we get a nice shelf to put your arm. This is hard plastic. There is nothing soft on the door except right here, but this is not super well padded, but at least it's something. This is my driving position at 5'11", and I have tons of room. One thing I just noticed, actually, there is this corner piece on the seat. Good amount of space right here to the point where you can actually put your leg like behind the seat. It's kind of crazy. I've never experienced that before. You have under seat storage, which I will show you in a second. Toyota cheaped out for the SR5. You don't get anything else back here. But on some Tundras, you can get a power outlet and heated and ventilated seats. You also get a folding armrest with 2 cup holders, and then of course 2 more cup holders right here. Then again, we do have under-seat storage. This is the non-hybrid Tundra after all. If you got the hybrid, you would have absolutely no under-seat storage. This plastic is pretty slippery, so whatever you put back here is going to be sliding around like crazy. Now heading into the front seats, we do get a grab handle, which is lovely. These seats are pretty comfortable, but we're going to hop in. So one thing I like about the door is you actually get Toyota written right here, which is a nice touch. Basic steering wheel, nothing spectacular about this one. I prefer this gauge cluster over the fully digital gauge cluster. You do get the small screen in the middle, and honestly, that is fine with me. I love analog gauges. That's just my preference. I like the old school look to it. Onto the screen. This is the smaller screen you get. You can only get 2 sizes of screens in the Tundra. This is the smallest one. And then the second option is the 14-inch, which is a massive screen. It's like an iPad. I wish the smaller screen was just a little bit bigger. One thing I love about the SR5 is that you get a shelf right here. Pretty much every other trim, this is just filled with nothing, and I don't know why Toyota couldn't just include the shelf on every trim. But apart from that, you also get a shelf above the screen. Now, one thing I will say, if you get the 14-inch, it blocks. Like, if you look right here, the screen is so big, it pops up to about here. And unless you are looking above it, you will never notice the storage space back here because of the screen size. But with the SR5, you do get heated seats. With the TRD offer package, you can get a rear differential locker. You get crawl control and MTS, multi-terrain select. And then you get your cup holders, your multi-use center console with 2 USB chargers in there. This one does not have the wireless phone charger, which is fine. And again, this one does not have a sunroof. You have the window that opens up back there. I'm not going to open it because I have the dealer plates back there, so it'll fall off. And as for the powertrain, this is the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. And again, this is a non-hybrid, which makes 389 horsepower. Personally, I prefer V8s. I'm all about V8s. Let me know if you guys have any issues with this engine. Yes, there's tons of recalls for this engine, but I'm actually curious to know if you actually have a problem with your Tundra. So before we hit the road, I just remembered this Tundra has a dash cam built in. So if you were interested in purchasing this truck, head over to my description, click on that link, and it'll take you to the website to view this particular Tundra. If you do buy this truck, let the salespeople know that YotaDude sent you. All right, let's see what we can do here. He just burnt the rubber. Oh, wow. I just burnt rubber back there. It's so funny. I love the brake feel of the new Tundras. They feel really responsive. I love the sizes of the mirrors as well. They're pretty big. They're not too big. They're about the same size as the second gen Tundra's mirrors. However, the shape is a little different. So in case you all did not know this, the new third gen Tundras have fake V8 audio sound pumped to the speakers, and it makes the truck sound artificial. And honestly, in my opinion, that can ruin the driving experience for a lot of people. I don't think Toyota should do that. I don't think that they should put in audio for the engine sounds, because I can tell right off the bat, whoever had this truck before they traded it in, they definitely had the sound removed, because I don't hear it in this truck. And I actually prefer not having fake V8 sounds pumped into the speakers, because I want to hear the turbo. You know, I understand Toyota knows that a lot of people are pretty upset that the V8 is no longer an option in this truck. So with that being said, you should just embrace the fullness of this truck. Even though a lot of people hate that the V8 is gone, including myself, just embrace the fact that this is a twin turbo V6. You know, it doesn't sound terrible as is, so just let the buyers enjoy the rawness of this V6 and let us hear the turbos. You know, I would rather hear the turbos than fake V8 sounds. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. Let me know if you don't mind the audio pumped in. So this truck has 33,000 miles, and sitting here at idle, there is a little vibration, just a little bit. Okay. Wow. I didn't floor it right there, but man, that was something. All right, let's see how much body roll we got here. It's not too bad. Body roll is not as bad as I thought. You know, this truck does have rear coil springs compared to the second gen's rear leaf springs, which drives a lot worse than coil sprung vehicles. I'm not gonna lie guys, this truck has some decent power. It feels a lot more lively compared to the 5.7. But again, like I said earlier, you really cannot replace displacement. So I typically always talk about the turn signal sounds in vehicles. The turn signal sounds in this truck, I actually don't like them as much as I'd like the second gen Tundra's turn signal sounds. Just a minor gripe, you know, a lot of people don't care about that, but just thought I'd throw it out there. I can definitely see myself taking tons of road trips in this truck. The seats are pretty comfortable, especially the fact that they are heated, which, you know, if you have like back problems or if you're just aching, having heated seats helps out quite a bit. It's not just for the winter time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my GoPro died. Please let me know in the comment section if you own a third gen Tundra. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you all in the next one.